Hello everyone and welcome. Every so often I like to find a new tire inflator to test for my viewers. Since I recently did a review of a portable refrigerator from Wolfbox and I was pleased with how it performed, I decided to try out their portable tire inflator / air compressor. When I came across this inflator on their Amazon page, the specs looked pretty good and the price was very reasonable. So I decided to give it a try and see how it performs. This is a 12,000 milliamp hour dual cylinder or dual piston tire inflator, which should make it faster than other units that I've tested previously. This tire inflator also doubles as a 45 watt battery bank, which can make it very convenient for emergencies or when you're on the road. So if you've been looking for a convenient and affordable fast acting tire inflator, stick around as I unbox and test this new puppy that I just got. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save more money. Alright then, so this is a dual cylinder or dual piston 12,000 milliamp hour portable tire inflator from Wolfbox, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this little guy retails for $89.99. And they also had a $20 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. The warranty on this guy is 2 years, and the dimensions on this guy are 9 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches. It's not a little guy. It's pretty big. It's pretty beefy. Hopefully it does a good job when I test it later on. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the compressor itself. You get a nice big case to keep it in. You get a big double insulated hose to fill up your tires and so forth. You get a USB cable to power up the battery inside there. And you get also a long cord for when you're in your car. You can use this, a DC cable, to power it up if you need to. And I'll talk about that in a moment. You get some extra attachments and you get the owner's manual. It tells you everything about this guy, how to set it up, take care of it, all that kind of good stuff. This tire inflator is cordless and is powered by a 12,000 milliamp hour battery that will allow you to top off all 4 tires easily when fully charged up. Having a built-in 12,000 milliamp hour battery means that this tire inflator will also work as a 45 watt battery bank that can easily power up most devices. So if you need some extra power for your phones, drones, tablets, laptops, etc., this unit can help you as a backup power source. And like I said before, this is a dual cylinder or dual piston tire inflator / air compressor that can fill anything you want up to a maximum of 150 psi. This unit has 4 readings to choose from, such as bar, kPa, kilograms per centimeter squared, or psi. This unit has 4 presets for inflating the most common items such as car tires, motorcycle tires, bicycle tires, and sports equipment. This unit has a convenient 3.5-inch LED display that gives you an instant reading of the pressure that your tire is at. Using the up-down buttons, you can also set up your own pressure that you want to use for your given situation. This inflator will automatically turn off when it reaches your desired inflation amount. This inflator has an airflow of 58 liters per minute at 2 CFM, which is quite fast for such a small unit. For comparison, most large air compressors only put out 4 to 5 CFMs. This inflator comes with a 20-inch double insulated threaded hose for filling up your tires. Hopefully this hose stays nice and cool, because a lot of the tire inflators that I've tested before, the inflator hose gets so hot that you can't even touch it and you wait for it to cool down before you can take it off. You also get a long 11-foot 12-volt DC charge cord to power this unit up if you're on the road and your internal battery happens to run down. So even if the battery runs down, you can plug this guy in with the 12-volt plug and keep it going. 11 feet is pretty long and should get you all the way around your vehicle without any trouble. This inflator also has a built-in flashlight that I'll show you in a moment to help you light up your work area when you're stuck somewhere late at night or something like that. You have an emergency in the middle of the road somewhere, you still can light it up and help you get things done with the built-in flashlight. So this tire inflator can be very convenient for topping off your tires around the house, filling up sports equipment like basketballs, and other things like that. It can also be very convenient when having fun outdoors and you want to fill up your air mattress, flotation device, etc. Being a battery-operated device also makes it convenient to carry around in the trunk of your car in case you have a flat tire and break down somewhere. Having an air compressor, a battery bank, and a flashlight can help you in many different ways to get you out of a lot of different troubles. So let's take a little closer look at this guy and see how it performs. Alright guys, let's take a little closer look at this inflator from Wolfbox. And as you can see, nice sleek design, very convenient shape, easy to put it just about anywhere. Everything happens right here on the front. You have the display up top and the buttons right here. That's about it. And I'll show you the size and everything in just a moment. So you have all the buttons right here, the selector buttons, and the power on off right in the middle. Here, up here, you have your display. This is the pressure that you have right now, which is 0. We don't have it plugged in. This is your preset. And up here, you see you can select the different presets. And that's your battery level right there. And your reading right there. So you can change the different types of readings. You see PSI. You can go to bar, kPa, and kilograms per centimeter squared, etc. Let's go back to PSI. And your preset up here, as you see, you have 36 for cars. And then you have for motorcycle, bicycles, and sports equipment, and then you have an extra one where you can set up whatever PSI you want, and then you just use the plus and minus buttons down here, and you select whatever inflation level that you want. Now, one thing that I found cool, and maybe that's just me being silly, but one thing I find cool about this guy is that it's clear, it's transparent on the front, and you can see the circuit board and all that kind of stuff right there showing you the internals of the compressor, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, maybe I just get excited by simple little things like that, but I find that pretty cool to look at. A little different than most of the others that are just the hard plastic with nothing to see. And in fact, the sides are just a hard plastic, but on the back, it actually has a kind of a translucent window right there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's the compressor inside, and that would be the piston going up and down when you actually have it turned on. So they actually want you to see all the activity of everything that's happening inside there, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I like it. Here on the bottom, you have just some venting, and that's where you plug it in to power it up. On the top, here's where you have all the activity, where you have venting right here. That's where you plug in your 12-volt DC. That is where you put the hose to attach it to your vehicle or whatever it is that you're inflating, and that's your flashlight right there. And you turn the flashlight on with the buttons right here, but you have the flashlight there to hook it up to whatever you want to do and light up whatever you're working on. Now, as far as this guy goes, then let's see right here. Like I said, you have this really thick hose. I mean, that is a pretty beefy hose right there. And then you basically thread it on to that guy, and you thread it onto your tire. It's not the snap-on type where basically you have to press it down and snap it. This guy just threads on to the inflator, and whatever it is you're inflating, you just attach it onto there, and you're good to go. And as far as the other cable, this is your 12-volt DC cable. Like I said, it's 11 feet long. That is a pretty long cord. If you break down somewhere on the road, this little guy will reach all around your car pretty far to whatever you need to take care of. So that's convenient to have on hand. And that guy turns itself off after a few minutes, so that way you conserve the battery. So let's hook this guy up and see how it performs. Alright guys, let's do a little bit of testing and see how this tire inflator performs in real world testing. Now as you can see, I dropped the pressure down on that tire down to 3 psi, which is about as low as you're going to get if you ever have an emergency. There's only 2 different ways you're going to use this inflator related to a car tire. You're either going to be topping off your tires at home, and generally you're only going to need to top them off 5 to 10 psi, something like that, so that's not very much at all. The only other scenario is if you carry this guy around in your vehicle and you get a flat tire and you use it to top it off so you can get back home somewhere where you can patch up the tire and keep on going. Normally, if you get a nail in your tire or a piece of metal or something like that in your tire and you get a flat tire, you're only going to drop down to maybe 10 to 20 psi. Now, I've had some comments in the past where people have said, oh, you should test it with the tire at 0 psi. That's nonsense. That's not the real world. You never have a tire with 0 psi in it unless you freshly mounted that tire and there's absolutely no air in it. The minute you have a tire mounted, just like that one is, you're always going to have some kind of air in it. And I've had flat tires, and I know you generally don't drop down below 10 psi because that's about as low as you can go, and then there's no pressure in it. There's nothing left. So just the static pressure inside the tire is going to be around 10 psi. So in a real world situation, you get a flat tire, you're down to 10 psi, you hook this guy up, you're on the side of the road. Let's see how long it takes. I have a timer set up and we're going to see how long it takes. Now, a couple of things that I like to check from experience with doing all these different reviews of tire inflators. One of them, how long does it take to inflate the tire? Is it quick? Is it slow? How does it work? Two, how much does it dance around? Because I've had some of these guys that you can't leave them alone. You have to hang on to them because they'll start dancing all over the place and they'll fall over and give you a lot of trouble because they vibrate so much, they make a lot of problems and they start moving all over. So, will it move around? Will it stay where it is? And how long will it take? Those are the two main things that I like to check for. So, let's get this guy started, and I'm going to have it go to the 36 preset, which is about normal for this tire. 36 to 38, that's the normal air pressure for that tire right there. So, I'll let it go to 36, that's a preset, and we'll see how it turns itself off. So, let's get started. Well, there you have it, guys. I had a little bit of trouble turning off that timer because it just wouldn't sense my finger on there. But 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that's about a decent time right there. I've had some of these guys go the same distance and take anywhere from 4, 5, 7, 10 minutes to do this same job. So 3.5 minutes, something like that, it's not too bad. It's not the fastest I've ever seen, but it's not the worst either. It's somewhere in the middle towards the better side. So it's a decent tire inflator. And like I said, the convenience is that it's a tire inflator, flashlight, you see the flashlight on top there, battery bank, all that kind of stuff, where most of the other ones that I've tested are just a tire inflator. So you get 3 convenient different tools in this one unit. So 3.5 minutes to inflate it from 10 to 36, not too bad at all. And one good thing about it is, you see it didn't dance around at all. It stayed exactly where it started. I mean, maybe it moved a centimeter or two, but from all that inflating that it was doing and all that vibration, it didn't move at all. So that is a pretty good feature right there, that it's stationary. In other words, you can set it, forget it, walk away, and it'll still be in the same spot. It didn't tip over, it didn't dance around, didn't do anything, which is a good thing. If you're doing this at home and topping off your tires, you know you can just set it, walk away, and come back later when it turns off, instead of having to be there babysitting each and every tire until it gets done. So it worked out pretty decent in my opinion. And one thing that I want to check also is, let's see, actually that's not bad. That is just mildly warm. One thing also that I've noticed is that a lot of these inflators, the hose gets really, really hot, and this one is not hot at all. I mean, it's just mildly warm to the touch. Considering I inflated the entire tire from 10 psi to 36, you would expect in some other inflators, it would be really, really hot. So this is not bad in the slightest. You can just undo that, move on to the next tire, and keep on going. So there you have it, guys, a review and demonstration of a very affordable and easy to use tire inflator. I think this inflator did a really good job. It's portable, compact, easy to use, doesn't vibrate around much at all, inflated the tire fairly quickly, plus it gives you a battery bank included in the same package. A very convenient tool to carry around in the trunk of your vehicle in case of emergencies or if you need to inflate something when you're out on the road somewhere or even around the house. So also very convenient to power up your drones, tablets, and everything else when you're on the go somewhere and you don't have any power nearby. So check out the links below for all the details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.